Hello and welcome to this YouTube presentation on the Stakeholder. My name is Charles Richter and I'm the Principal Consultant of Repose Pty Limited. In this presentation I will describe the responsibilities, inputs, processes, outputs, skills and an example of a deliverable of a stakeholder. So what is a stakeholder? I googled the word stakeholder and found the following Wikipedia reference, quote, "A person, group, organization, or system who affects or can be affected by an organization's actions." Unquote. From this reference I deduce that the stakeholder should have the following responsibilities. 1. Have an interest in the enterprise. 2. To identify and model the groups and stakeholders of a corporation. And 3. To identify those affected by projects or events. This still does not clearly define what a stakeholder is or ought to be. Perhaps identifying the skills, the inputs, processes and outputs of a stakeholder may assist in describing the stakeholder more effectively. Let me start with defining what, in my opinion, the skills stakeholders require in order to serve the organization to the best of their capabilities. The stakeholder can be described as being either an investor, a business operative, an information architect, a physical information technology developer, or a test architect. The business operative can be further categorized as being either a manager or a rank-and-file operative. And finally, a manager can be categorized as being either a strategic, tactical, or operational manager. So how does one finally determine which category best suits a stakeholder? In my opinion, examining the inputs, processes, and outputs of each stakeholder will assist determine the best category. In this presentation, I will exclude the last three categories as I have or will be delivering a YouTube presentation on each of them. So what are the inputs, processes, and outputs of the investor? The inputs are money and sometimes ideas. The process an investor uses is to either buy shares in the enterprise, or in the case of the government pay taxes, or purchases your business's products and or services. The output that the investor expects is a belief in the leadership of the management team and or a return on their investment, and the belief that your business will be in business next week, month, or year. And what about the inputs, processes, and outputs of strategic management? Input, money, and ideas. The process a strategic manager uses is to possibly buy shares in the enterprise, contribute their experience and ideas as well as leadership. The outputs that the strategic manager should deliver are the business objectives by way of the purpose, benefits, and values of the business, which are the objectives the business analyst is trying to uncover. And what about the inputs, processes, and outputs of a tactical manager? Input, business goals, and ideas. The process a tactical manager uses is to possibly buy shares in the enterprise, contribute their experience and ideas, as well as leadership. The outputs that the tactical manager should deliver are the business issues or performance indicators, which are the objectives the business analyst is trying to uncover. So what are the inputs, processes, and outputs of operational management? The input, the business goals, issues, and ideas. The process an operational manager uses to possibly buy shares in the enterprise, contribute their experience and ideas, as well as leadership. The outputs that the operational manager should deliver are the business projects or the tactics, which the systems or solutions architect is trying to uncover. And how about the inputs, processes, and outputs of the rank-and-file operatives? Well, the input are the projects and ideas. The process the rank-and-file operatives use is to carry out the work needed to deliver the output of the business. The output that the rank-and-file operatives deliver are the products and services of the organization or business. Possibly the single most important deliverable a stakeholder can deliver is the organization chart. In my presentation on the business analyst, I give an example of such a deliverable. I will be creating a separate YouTube presentation covering this topic, as it is one of the requests that the Australian Prime Minister, the Honourable Kevin Rudd, alluded to when he addressed the 2020 summit in Canberra in April 2007. He asked the 1,000 delegates to deliver a new way of governing Australia. However, it would seem that this outcome was not addressed, a missed opportunity. In closing, I'd like to thank you for viewing this presentation. The PDF of this presentation is available for a small fee should you want to assist us further the aims of repose.com and especially repose.org. You can find the aims of repose.org on www.repose.org. You can reach me by sending an email to charles.richter@repose.com. As I mentioned at the start of this presentation, I will be creating presentations covering an example of a stakeholder deliverable, the responsibilities, the inputs, process, and outputs, and possibly examples of the output for each of the information architects, physical developers, and test architects. It may take me a while to complete all these presentations, so please bear with me. If you are eager to pursue a presentation on a grade that I am not yet ready to post, please visit our website www.repose.com, select the Quick Links drop-down menu, and select Repose Architects. You can always email me for more information. Once again, thank you for your attention.